Look, then after you do the punch, I want you to jab, step jab. All right, go just keep punching. Then you're gonna switch. Right? Go. Rip him out, rip him out, rip him out, rip him out.
So now, what we gonna do, we can pick it up a little bit. We ain't really gotta pick it up. We wanna throw shots in the inside. Because a lot of fighters I see doing the pass, they doing it like this. Their hands is not turning. So when you're on the pass, your hands must turn.
Come on. Hey, jump, jump. I'm jumping. There you go, jump. Come on. Come on, jump. Jump. There you go, jump, come on. Come on.
As the long-awaited clash between Jake Paul and Gervonta Tank, Davis draws near Floyd, Mayweather has officially joined Davis's training camp, and the impact is unmistakable. During an intense full-scale workout that rippled through the boxing, World Mayweather's signature speed-precise footwork and laser focus were on full display. The message was clear: this isn't just an exhibition under Mayweather's guidance. Davis is preparing to bring his absolute A-game.
Good.
Put it in big one. Put it in big one. Right there. Put it in when you go. Right down. There you go.
There you go. There you go. Get that shot right there. Look good, y'all. Look good.
Time.
There you go.
Insiders reveal that Mayweather has been personally drilling Davis on key strategies to handle the much larger Jake Paul. Ahead of their November 14th Showdown training sessions, have focused on timing defensive counters and exploiting height and reach gaps. Mayweather is teaching Tank how to slip punches with surgical precision control body angles and deliver devastating inside shots, the same tactics Floyd mastered against taller opponents throughout his legendary career.
They said if I shoot here, I'm saying, wow, you know what I'm saying? You can't just shoot it and then bring it back and be like this. You gotta throw some squat to it. If you do like this, you up for boom, boom. So you gotta be able to squat. So right here, boom, boom, everything's short. You're still short. He see it, he'll see it, and place it down there. Slide out. Anyway.
Regarded as one of the greatest fighters in history, Floyd Mayweather's legacy wasn't built on talent alone. It was forged through relentless discipline and obsession with perfection. His unmatched work ethic became the gold standard of boxing preparation. Now that same fire is fueling Gervonta's camp. Mayweather is pushing Tank through grueling sessions, emphasizing accuracy, defensive sharpness, and the art of counter-punching, the very fundamentals that made Floyd unbeatable.
Dude, that's so above and beyond what other people do.
Even with him having $180 million guaranteed purse on Saturday night, he trains like he's broke. No joke. He trained like he don't have a dollar, like it's no tomorrow. And now I understand why you can put the cap on him and call him TBE.
The only person who's been able to do like that is Floyd Mayweather. He's the only guy who's been able to just be balling out of control, constantly flashing money, $1 million watches, a fleet of super expensive cars, and still fucks everybody up. Yeah. The thing about Floyd is he never lost his discipline. Floyd would famously run home from the nightclub. So he would go out in Vegas, he'd be partying. It looked like he's partying, he's drinking water. And then he would have his driver drive, and with his fucking pants on, jeans on, he would jog home.
Tank Davis has always believed in the value of testing himself against larger, stronger fighters. He thrives in adversity, using it to refine his timing, footwork, and composure. Facing bigger opponents has taught him to stay calm under pressure, turning size disadvantages into opportunities. His ability to neutralize power with precision has become one of his most defining strengths.
Wake up. Do it to him. Put it on his ass.
off his ass, fam.
Reports from inside the camp describe Davis's sparring sessions as nothing short of electrifying. He's been dominating partners who tower over him, men who entered the ring confident in their size advantage but left shaken by Tank's explosive. Power One Insider claimed a much larger sparring partner was nearly sent through the ropes after taking a clean shot from Davis. These sessions, far from being for show, are designed as brutal stress tests, preparing Tank for every ounce of physical intensity Jake Paul will bring.
Gervonta Davis knocked out heavyweight in brutal sparring session, and it just makes me think. You're willing to go spar with heavyweights, but you're not willing to go fight people that you should be fighting. You know what I mean? You're fighting Lamont Roach. His sparring partners was like, man, I was about to spar Tank. He was sparring this big boy, a heavyweight boy. And Tank hit him so hard, he was on the ropes like this, hanging. I thought he died. I was like, man, I hope you don't do this stuff to me. When Davis asked to confirm whether it was true, the WBA lightweight champion said, stuff be happening. Best not to get in there with me. That's it. This guy has all the skills in the world to knock out even heavyweights in sparring, and yet he won't fight Shakur Stevenson. He won't fight Teofimo Lopez. He won't fight anyone that he needs to fight to become great. He's fighting Frank Martin and Lamont Roach. You know what I mean? It's just truly crazy. But hey, it's his career. If he wants to just make money, the easiest money that he can without fighting the hardest.
Meanwhile, Jake Paul has been elevating his training as well, taking things more seriously than ever before. In a strategic move, he brought in Shakur Stevenson, one of boxing's slickest southpaws, to help sharpen his timing and footwork. Stevenson's defensive brilliance and speed are forcing Jake to adapt, emphasizing agility and technique over brute strength. Jake has openly stated he's cutting down on bulking up aiming, instead to develop quicker reflexes and ring fluidity mirroring Davis's. Lightning-fast rhythm to avoid being overwhelmed by it.
It's kind of keeping me up at night.
Jake, how do you prepare for, like you said, a guy who is shorter than you? How do you find a sparring opponent to replicate something that obviously, there's nobody else out there that's Tank Davis? How do you prepare for a guy that's different stature-wise?
Yeah, no, we have world champions. Raymond Ford in the 130-pound weight class. We got Montana Lovin. Shakur Stevenson is coming in this week. So
Wow.
Just sparring against guys on their level and people who have, been doing this their whole entire lives. But we're really focusing on speed and not as much on power. I'm not doing as much like weightlifting and all of that stuff. I'm actually trying to like lose some muscle so that I have less weight and so that my punches are coming off faster.
I know the answer to this question. Is there any kind of universe where you view just surviving this fight as a win?
Like for me, I never let myself go there. I'm a fierce competitor and always need to have the W and come out on top. And also shock the world and even shock myself and show myself.
However, not everyone is convinced the matchup is fair. Daniel Cormier voiced concerns that Jake Paul's size advantage overshadows any competitive intrigue. He noted that weight disparity isn't just a matter of appearance, it affects power stamina and safety. Cormier argued that while the event may capture public curiosity, it risks compromising the integrity of boxing by prioritizing spectacle over legitimate sporting competition.
190. Dean, that's bad. Because you know what that tells me? That tells me that even he recognizes that he's too big for him.
Yes.
He recognizes that he's too big for him.
I'm wondering how this even came about. It can't be that Gervonta Davis needs money. That can't be the reason why
He's
he's
been a world
taking this
champion
fight.
so recently. How could he be broke?
That's what I'm saying. Like, is he doing this for money? And then why and how is even Jake Paul doing this when no one respects it? Like, I can't think of anybody that respects this.
But Jake Paul has been able to carve out and make his own lane in boxing, and I've never seen anything like it, bro. He literally, We don't know what weight class he fights in any situation. We just don't know. He kind of makes his own rules.
He makes his own rules.
And it seems like people are playing by those rules. I remember a couple weeks ago, the WBC and the Jose Suleiman was very upset that he wasn't going to be able to put the belt on the winner at Canelo versus Crawford. That's a thing that's happened since the beginning of the time. Those guys are very powerful in boxing. But with Zuffa boxing, it was almost like that power was getting stripped away. They were very disappointed. But how can you take those sanctioning organizations seriously when they are sanctioning this?
That's my point. That's my point. That's why I think that this whole thing that we have, this boxing and this MMA argument and Zuffa getting into boxing, our argument is misplaced because things like this should not be happening. And the fact that boxing is allowing this to happen is an embarrassment to the sport.
Yeah, I don't understand why. I talked about this before. Like, I didn't know why they were fighting because, I mean, Gervonta Davis's last fight was at 100.
When Stephen A. Smith asked Davis's coach who he thought truly deserved a shot at Tank, the response was firm. Anyone who had disrespected Davis publicly should be first in line, including Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez. The coach made it clear that this isn't about trash talk alone, it's about respect. He believes these fighters need to experience Tank's power firsthand, not for revenge, but to silence the constant doubt about Davis's dominance.
I want to see you as a guy that's in his trainer, that's like a father figure to him. You're training him all the time. You know him. Both y'all from the streets of Baltimore the whole bit. Who do you want to see Tank fight next?
I want him to get all of them that ran their mouth.
Give me the names. I need names, Calvin. I need names.
You already know. We went down to, we working on the big four. It was Garcia. That's the first one. Roma, I hope we get him soon. Shakur, he's going to get it. He know he's going to get it. It's just Bob is in charge of that. You know what I'm saying? Bob know what he's doing over there. You can't tell Bob how to run his game because he's like a vet at this. He's been doing it for so many years. That's going to happen. All the fights that we'll want, they have no choice. They're going to take the fight when it's time to take the fight. It's just right now.
Jeff Mayweather, a respected veteran in the boxing community, echoed concerns about the fight's legitimacy, citing the massive weight and size gap between the two. He emphasized that weight classes exist for a reason to maintain fairness and safety. Jake's naturally heavier frame could give him a dangerous edge. Many analysts agree that if Jake lands clean, the impact could be serious for Davis. The size debate has become a central talking point surrounding this bout, dividing fans and experts.
It's kind of weird because Jake Paul is extremely bigger than Tank, and I mean, but with it being exhibition, it makes sense. It's fine. He got a big name that he's going to be fighting, but I mean, it really makes no sense because he's going to be weighing over 200 and some pounds. Tank's going to probably be weighing maybe at the most 147, 150. So I don't even understand why the fight is happening.
It is happening. WBA lightweight champion Gervonta Davis, who's unbeaten in 31 professional contests, takes on the self-proclaimed problem child, Jake Paul, one of the most influential and marketable global personalities. Paul and Davis square off in Miami after doubts around the fight being sanctioned in Georgia triggered a change in venue. Neither fighter can weigh more than 195 pounds. The weight is perhaps the most surprising factor. Paul has boxed most of his career around 200 pounds, the cruiserweight limit, but did tip the scales at 227 pounds when he faced off against Iron Mike Tyson last year. Davis, much smaller in stature, competes at the 135 pound mark and has also won world honours at super featherweight. And despite some discussions about possibly dropping down to 10 ounces, the pair seem set to wear 12-ounce gloves. And in terms of distance, despite the exhibition tag, the fight will play out over 10 3-minute rounds with 3 scoring judges at ringside. But the result will not be officially recorded on...
Carl Froch, known for his unfiltered honesty, didn't mince words. He accused Jake Paul of cherry-picking smaller fighters to maintain a physical edge, calling it a strategic illusion. Froch criticized Jake for avoiding naturally larger opponents like true heavyweights or top-tier cruiserweights, arguing that choosing Davis, a man several divisions below, exposes the entertainment-driven motives behind his matchmaking. He warned that while spectacle sells boxings, foundations could erode if size. Mismatches continue to be marketed as serious competition.
For that serious, he can't really box. He can have a little fight, he can have a swing. Swings away, stands up straight, and he throws punches, but it's not professional boxing. Because when I watch him box, I he's just so much wrong. It's just everything's wrong. It's so bad. He's got leaky defense. He telegraphs his punches. Like, you put him in with someone his own size, it was a professional, and it's a mismatch. And you'll see that if he ends up fighting somebody. Tommy Fury, bless him, he's a pro boxer, but he's inexperienced. He's got no amateur pedigree. He's a raw novice, or maybe just above the raw novice. I was saying earlier, where would I put him in terms of levels? He'd do well to win a British title. He's at that sort of level. And then from British title to world level, it's like different worlds. It's like totally different.
At the same time, Teofimo Lopez offered a different perspective, acknowledging that boxing is both a sport and a business. He pointed out that not every fight needs to carry historical or championship weight. Sometimes it's about opportunity and entertainment. In his eyes, both Jake and Tank deserve to capitalize on the moment, grow their brands, and secure their financial futures, even if the fight doesn't redefine boxing's legacy.
And Jake, I really am, man. It's good for the sport in some way, you know?
So a heavyweight versus a lightweight.
Yeah.
You got a fly hit me, yeah. A heavyweight versus a lightweight. How's this going to work?
Hey, they make it work. It's an exhibition for a reason. So, you know, they know what they're doing. And, you know, shout out to Netflix and shout out to both of them, honestly. Like I said, I think a lot of people in the boxing world are kind of upset. I could care less. I think they're going to go out there and make their money. It falls on the number 8 for a reason. They're going to make a lot of money.
Have you got a prediction for that fight?
My prediction? A show. A show.
Well, clearly it's a show, but when you've got a lot of people underestimating Jake Paul once again, but when you've got a heavyweight boxer who knows how to throw punches and knows the basics against a lightweight, it's quite a difference. I mean, have you sparred heavyweights before?
Yeah.
For competitive sparring in the ring?
Yeah, it's not the same. It's not the same, not at all. Definitely got to move. I've actually played around a few times, went through between their legs just to duck around. But yeah, because they're taller, you know. But I think for that competition, that fight, it reminds me a lot like The Big Show, and Floyd Mayweather when they fought in WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And will that end the same way?
Possibly. Maybe some brass knuckles in there too.
Can you see Jake Paul knocking out Gervonta Davis?
It's boxing, man. And if it's a show like this...
Observers within Davis's camp report a sharper, more focused version of Tank than ever before. Removed from distractions and immersed in Mayweather's non-nonsense environment, he's locked in on every aspect of his craft: footwork, conditioning, guard, discipline, and reaction timing. One trainer described it best: this isn't the usual Davis. This is a fighter obsessed with perfection. The stakes couldn't be higher. If Jake Paul pulls off an upset, it could mark a turning point for boxing where influence and entertainment outweigh tradition. But if Gervonta Davis dominates, it may reaffirm what purists have always believed, that skill, discipline, and experience will forever triumph over hype. The outcome of this fight won't just crown a winner, it could shape the very future of the sport.
The algorithm loves it, and both will watch. It's not just who wins, it's what wins. Will the entertainment value or the ring IQ come out on top? Because if Tank dominates, the meme dies. Jake Paul survives or hits it big, we see new rules are going to be written in real time. Me, you, maybe everyone at some point has been that bigger guy thinking that I'll just bully him. Jab, slip, liver shot, sent me down real nicely. Size helped until it didn't. All I'm saying is, let's not dismiss something because it looks weird. Many fights get decided by the details. Feet before fists, timing before muscle, discipline before clout. Look, Tank wins if he stays Tank. He's built on patience, traps, explosive counters. That's hell for a tall guy who gets eager. Jake's
That's for today. Video. Subscribe for more.